inside of you.
Welcome back to Confident Leadership in Color. I'm your host and my name is Hanna. And today we will diving into a theme that can be both empowering and also elusive. And that's focus. If you're a returning listener, you have heard me introduce the Confident Framework, the colorful roadmap that guides this podcast. And we have explored the first three letters: C for clarity, O for ownership, and N for nurture. And today we're coming to the fourth letter, and that is F for focus. And as we will move through this framework, you will start to see more and more how these themes that are connected to each other. Depending on where you are in your journey, through life or through leadership, you will notice different needs that you will have. Moments when you need more clarity, more self-compassion, or more direction. And this framework will help you to get that from different views. It's like viewing confidence from different angles, not as a fixed state, but as something that we grow into more, step by step. And today, we are not talking about the kind of focus that forces you to hustle more. I will talk more about the kind of focus that brings more clarity, movement, and meaning. Because in a world full of distractions and demands, how do you stay connected to what really matters without losing yourself on the way? So it's not focusing on the one that is screaming the most, it's the one that is connected to the long direction. You probably have felt this before, that when you set your heart on something, you have really pictured it, dreamt about it, and then it just doesn't go as you had planned. Well, that was me. I was fresh out of school, starting at university to become a computer engineer. I was full of energy and determination. This was my dream. I wanted to build things, solve problems, and make an impact. But that first term, well, it definitely wasn't as I had planned. It was a complete mess. I studied hard, or at least I thought I did, but when the results came back, I had failed every single exam. All of them. I was devastated, so I doubled down. I put in even longer hours of study, determined to pass the re-exams. But the same results came back. Failure. I remember sitting there with a sinking feeling. It was a mix of shame, confusion, and disappointment. When you feel that the dream you have, it's just slipping away. Maybe I was not cut out for this after all. But thanks to one of the professors, he's seen what I have done and he reached out to me. He didn't judge me, he saw me. And he invited me in and said, "Hanna, let's figure out this together." And we did. He helped me to understand where my approach was off. Not because I wasn't capable, but because I was communicated in a way I always had, and that just wasn't working anymore. I needed a new way to focus, and with his support, I started to shift. I learned how to really take in what I was learning, and most importantly, how to communicate it. So I could show that I actually understood the concepts. I changed how I structured my time, how I prioritized, what I choose to focus on when I prepared. And after that 10th exam, I finally got that word back. Pass. What a joy, what a relief. I was so proud and I really celebrated that moment. And the next re-exam, another success. and the next. When I closed my second term, I had caught up and passed all my courses, except one. I finally had got it. Not because I had suddenly become a different person, but because I focused differently. I worked smarter and I stayed close to the why. And eventually, yes, I got that degree. I became a computer engineer. But the story doesn't end here. 3 years later, I found myself standing in front of a classroom. This time, not as a student, but as a teacher. I was teaching future engineers, sharing what I had learned, helping others to achieve the very same dream I almost walked away from. That tough beginning, all the failing, the doubts, and then the shift in focus, it had brought me here, to a place I hadn't even imagined when I had started. That moment taught me something I never forget. Keep the long view in mind. I actually get goosebumps when talking about it. And focus isn't just about today's to-do list. It's about trusting that the steps you take now, even the hard ones, can lead to places beyond what you can see. And sometimes you get big surprises along the way. That experience reminded me how powerful it is to stay connected to your direction. Not just the big picture vision, but also the everyday kind of focus that helps you keep moving, even when the way forward feels unclear. And sometimes I've seen it again and again, both in my life and my coaching clients. That is, focus isn't something you achieve once and tick off. It's something that you will return to again and again. It's a practice and it's a mindset, a way of leading yourself with intention. And one tool that helps me each single day, it's a 3-3-3 focus practice. In my daily journaling, I write down 3 things that I focus on today or for tomorrow. These are my true priorities. What really matters right now, not what's most loudest and not what everyone else is pulling me into. I'm also writing down 3 things that I'm celebrating or grateful for. This is about recognizing the progress, to see that even the small wins, they count. Celebrating them builds energy and momentum. And thirdly, 3 things that connect me to my long-term direction. Sometimes it's an action step, but most often it's actually a mindset focus. A reminder of how I want to show up. Other times it's simply a nudge that reconnects me with my bigger purpose. And this ties directly back to episode 2 where we talked about clarity and that the idea of having a guiding star. And this reflection time that makes that glimmer that talk to that. So this simple practice helps me to stay grounded in the present while also honoring the bigger picture. It's like saying, yes, this is where I am, and yes, I'm still moving forward. And if your days are anything like mine, full of competing demands, meetings, family and friends and big dreams, this will become a gentle way to showing up for yourself. Not to get everything perfect, but to meet the new day with a purpose. And maybe most importantly, to remind yourself that you already are in motion. That every small focus step is part of that path. You don't have to do it all at once. You just need to act one step at a time. You can use this daily or, if you prefer, weekly to check in. Sometimes I do it on a Sunday afternoon, reflecting on the week that has passed and what I want to bring into the new one that is ahead of time. And for me, that it's like a a way to breathe. And if you are new to journaling, start simple. Just take one of those questions. Maybe today you write down your 3 most important priorities for tomorrow. That's enough. That's a start. And when you start the day tomorrow, you know where you will put your focus. And we will come back to building habits and supportive routines in the future episodes. So for now, I leave you with this. Focus lives in those small, intentional steps. Before we end, let me share a story from one of the participants in my self-leadership course. We will call her Olivia. When she joined the course, she had just been laid off from her work. And rather than jumping straight into a new job and new job applications, she chose actually to pause, to regroup herself, to set a new direction. She also had a master's thesis that was waiting to be completed. It was something that she had put aside for years while working, and it has been dragging. So now, with just weeks left, she decided it's time to finish this. She wanted clarity. She was considering applying to roles in a new industry. But after over 25 years in the same field, that idea felt both exciting and intimidating. Then came week 3 in the course, and something shifted. We explore what could happen in just 12 months' time. And we explore what it would look like to break that down into quarters, and to break that down into a month, and then into this week. For Olivia, that was the moment when she lit up. And she shared this beautiful visual. It's like a book with windows. I open a window at a time, and at the end, I'm standing there with my degree and a new job that fits me. Suddenly, it wasn't so overwhelming anymore. It felt possible. She had clarity. And that gave her the focus. Less than 2 months later, she had an interview in a completely new industry for a role that truly matched her skills and her soon-to-be degree. She got the job. And a few weeks later, she defended her thesis. And by that, she also earned her certification. And when we spoke, she was glowing. She told me, "I'm so proud that I applied to something outside my comfort zone. I knew I really wanted it, and that gave me the confidence." Even when she had to rewrite parts of her thesis, she didn't panic. She stayed focused because she had that visual roadmap. She knew that what matters and what was most important each day and each week. She had expected that the journey to take like 12 months. She made that in just 3. Because when you have clarity and you focus, you create momentum, not by pushing harder, but by choosing the next aligned step and taking it. So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with an image, something to carry with you into your day, your week, and your next decision. If we say F for focus in the confident framework, we can visualize that as a crystal prism. Imagine this: scattered light all around you, its colors, distractions, and possibilities, and then suddenly that light passes through a prism and it bends, refocused, and aligns into one clear, powerful being. That's what real focus feels like. Not tightening, not restriction, but alignment. Like all those scattered parts of you gently coming into a clarity. It's the color of violet, soft but strong, refracting into a subtle rainbow edges. A reminder that you focus doesn't erase your richness, it channels it. So if today's episode sparked something in you, maybe a dream, a direction, or just a quiet reminder to come back to yourself, I invite you to pause and ask, what does focus look like for you right now? It could be something small, like one step or one choice, one change in how you show up for yourself. So if today's episode sparked something in you, maybe a dream, a direction, or just a quiet reminder to come back to yourself, I invite you to pause and ask, what does focus look like for me right now? It could be something small, like one step, one choice, one change in how you show up for yourself. And if you like support, like practical tools, motivation, and questions to reflect on, then come join my mailing list, Confident Boost. It's where I share insights and free resources to help you to build your self-leadership and to build your confidence, one colorful, intentional step at a time. You can sign up using the link in the show notes. Until next time, stay grounded, stay colorful, and keep taking those focused, brave, and confident steps forward. See you.
Bright and brave in every hue. Confidence starts inside of you.